The Prime Minister is staring down calls from within Labor ranks to revive plans to curb negative gearing and capital gains tax concessions. Live to Trudy McIntosh. So, Trudy, a few on the backbench speaking out. The PM saying, well, look, it was a promise not to touch this, but this is all about the Labor Party conference, which looks ahead to the next term in government.
The Prime Minister, Tom, very keen today to try and nip this in the bud. It was an outburst really triggered by the front page of the 9 newspapers today. 3 Labor MPs, 2 from Melbourne and 1 from Sydney, willing to speak out and say that there should be a big debate about housing policy as we head into that national conference. As you can see here, it's Michelle Ananda-Raja from Victoria, Josh Burns as well, and Jerome Laxale, who represents the seat of Bennelong in Sydney. The member for Higgins says she would like to see the party revisit negative gearing. Jerome Laxale says it's entirely appropriate to have this conversation about negative gearing. And Josh Burns pointing to that tax expenditure statement released by the Treasurer earlier this year, and it shows the massive amount of foregone revenue in the capital gains discount and also a negative gearing. The Prime Minister, though, making it clear there will be no changes on this in this term of Parliament, and also appearing to rule out any changes for the next term either.
Do you consider revisiting negative gearing policy ahead of the election?
No.
So you're completely ruling it out?
I think that was a pretty clear answer. The government's position is very clear, and it's a position for which we received a mandate.
You said that's the government's view, but there are several MPs who've said it could be looked at, and one of them, Dr. Ananda-Raja, is standing next to you.
I saw the article, and it says that there'll be a policy debate about issues at ALP National Conference. Ho-hum.
So it seems Labor's still pretty scared to even contemplate the idea of reviving the Bill Shorten era policies that would have restricted negative gearing just to new properties and also halved the capital gains discount. This morning, opposition not even willing to entertain a debate on this big policy idea. This was the Shadow Finance Minister, Jane Hume.
Do you think negative gearing can be looked at, should be tinkered with?
Don't you think, though, Laura, what it's really doing is avoiding the real issue, which is housing supply. And the only way you can open up housing supply is to get the states on board.
There's almost no world in which Labor would contemplate making these changes in this term of Parliament. It would be a massive broken promise. But the real question here, Tom, is whether the Treasurer is willing to have this big conversation about tax concessions. We saw that on super earlier in the year, but this could be another big area Labor could look at. It seems for now they're not going to go there, but we're already seeing MPs now speaking out on this, so we may see mounting pressure ahead of the next election.